Hi there. Welcome to part two of our meditation practice together. In the first meditation video, we talked about this being a beautiful foundational practice, which is different from an intentional practice, maybe a guided visualization or a meditation focused on a particular um, goal. This is really just a development of a silent practice, a home base that we can come back to every day. So that's what we're focusing on today is this foundational practice. We talked a little bit in the last video about why we meditate. There's so many reasons, physical and cognitive and emotional. We talked a bit about how it really gives us an opportunity to just tune in, to tune in to what's happening on the inside and to feel increasingly safe with whatever the inner experience is bringing in any moment. And then over time to begin to connect with the part of ourselves that's bigger than the momentary experience, with the part of ourselves that is always aware, that is always observing, that is always containing every experience. So as we deepen our practice, whatever's happening in the moment has less hold on us. It creates less waves because there's such a much bigger place to hold everything that happens. And we talked about the freedom that comes with that practice. We also talked a bit about the importance of establishing a consistent routine around meditating. My teacher always says it's less important the details of what you do than that it's a consistent place to come to, because then the mind isn't working so hard. It's really like over time with greater consistency, you just melt into the experience. You don't have to think so much about the details. So, consistency in terms of place, a place in your home that feels inviting and quiet and comforting, and consistency possibly in terms of time of day, and consistency around a routine that's established to help signal to the body and to the mind and to the emotions that it's time to go in. So we talked a little bit about consistency. It can be creating lighting that feels right, or lighting incense, or making tea. It can be very simple or very elaborate, but a routine that's established that signals that it's time to go in. And then we talked about some different elements of meditation. One of the most important being how you're seated. So we want our hips to be elevated and our spines to be straight. I'm on a meditation bench right now. You can experiment with pillows. We talked about a variety of options last time, or even seated in a chair, whatever feels good to you. But the key is that the hips are elevated and the spine can be straight and the heart can be soft. Not a lot of tension held in the body. We talked a little bit about two positions of the body, one being the positioning of the tongue called Khechari Mudra, where the tongue is rolled up and connected, touching the roof of the mouth. And this is a very powerful way to stabilize the thoughts, to quiet the mind, to bring the attention up towards the third eye. Also to activate the master glands that help us tap into deeper states of consciousness. And we also talked about the drishti, the gaze, the eyes, which can be rolled up. The eyes are closed, but the eyes can be rolled up to the center of the forehead, which again creates that sense of energy being pulled up and stimulates the master glands and quiets the mind. So that's something that you're welcome to explore and experiment with. I have found both Khechari Mudra and the eyes rolled up to be extraordinarily enhancing to the meditation experience. When I started with them, they were a bit irritating and uncomfortable, and it really took a while to get used to. So I encourage you to play with it over time, but I feel the impact over time of those practices. We also talked about a shawl, a prayer shawl, both for men and women. Prayer shawls are so helpful in the withdrawal of the senses, pratyahara. And wool and silk are particularly helpful in calming the energy. Lighter colors reflect the colors out. So both the wool and the silk material and the color kind of helps with the withdrawal and with the calming of the energy. And when I'm meditating, I just put the shawl over my head like this. kind of like this. Some people like to cover their whole face with the shawl. I generally just drape it around, the outside of my face where my hair is, which really helps me pull in. So today we're going to do a meditation practice together about, I would say, about 15 or 20 minutes. This meditation has 3 main parts, and at the end of each part I'm going to pause and invite you to stop the video if you want to continue with that part a little bit longer, or you can just stay connected throughout, whatever feels good for you. And at the end of the meditation together, I'm going to review what we did so you have that as a review for your future reference at the end of the video. So I also wanted to draw our attention to the hands. Often we work with mudras, which are positions or postures. Mudras are often of the hands. Khechari is a mudra of the tongue. And they activate different parts of the brain, and they connect parts of the brain with parts of the body. They bring healing and release and cleansing. So one of the master mudras is called Gyan Mudra. It's the mudra of wisdom. And we connect our pointer finger with our thumb. The pointer finger represents Jivatma, or the individual consciousness. And the thumb represents unity consciousness. It's supreme consciousness. So when we connect the two, we're bowing individual consciousness to unity consciousness, and we're connecting them. We're all connected. The 3 other fingers are extended straight. That represents some of the stages we go through to reach enlightenment. So this is Gyan Mudra. You're welcome to place the palms face up on the knees during meditation. Some people like to just interlace the fingers and place them on the lap. That's another beautiful option. So whatever feels good for you today. So let's get into a comfortable position together. I invite you to close your eyes throughout this. If there's a need to open them, I'll cue you to that. So just feel free to get comfortable. Sometimes people like to do a little stretching before they start to meditate. We'll be doing breath practices in other videos, some of which help to kind of prepare one to go in. But for today, we're just going to do a simple meditation practice together. This is a practice that was taught to me by my teacher, Anand Mehrotra. I have found it super powerful in terms of just a foundational, grounding, home-based silent meditation practice. So I welcome you to this experience together. And as I said in the last video, if you have your own practice, of course, respect that. It's about consistency so that you can surrender to the experience and you don't have to hold all the details in mind. And the other thing we talked about in the last video is there's no one right way to do this. It's all about trying it out for yourself and seeing what happens. It's never about taking someone else's word for it. And it's about having humor and humility and trying it over time and knowing that there's no pressure at all. This is really just a gift for yourself to explore consciousness. So let's just get started by getting comfortable. And this is not a test. You get to do whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Take a couple of deep breaths. You might want to roll your shoulders up and forward and then down, away, so the neck feels nice and long. You might want to tilt your head side to side just to loosen the neck. Really maybe arching the spine a little bit and curving, just to get yourself in a position where you feel, a little bit able to go in. Again, just gently let the eyes close if you're comfortable with that. And just tune into the breath. And just noticing the breath exactly as it is, no judgment, no tension. Maybe it feels a little shallow. Maybe it feels a little strained. Just noticing, inviting attention to the breath. No pressure. Just feeling the air as it enters the nose and feeling the air as it exits. And just allowing yourself to fully enter the moment exactly as it is. Exactly as you are. And just noticing the quality of the thoughts or the emotional experience. Just noticing again, just noticing. No need to cling or to judge or to avoid. Just noticing. And breathing in gratitude to your heart for showing up for yourself in this way today. Breathing in trust that all is as it needs to be, as hard as that can be sometimes. Just breathing in, connecting with that trust. Beautiful. And together we'll start the first part of our meditation practice, which is just a nice deep breath. It's called Hamso Sadhana. As you breathe in through the nose, nice, long, smooth, continuous inhale, you're saying to yourself, so, S-O, so. And as you exhale through the nose in one continuous out breath, you're saying to yourself, hum, H-U-M. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. Inhaling so. Exhaling hum. Continuing at your own pace, your own rhythm. Nice, smooth, continuous breath. So hum is a Sanskrit mantra. It means I am that I am. So hum. In this part of our meditation, we're tuning our awareness. Sadhana means tuning. We're tuning our awareness. We're tuning our inner experience. We're actually instruments, receiving lots of signals and putting out signals. So this deep breath practice allows us to tune our instruments, to tune into the flow within us and around us. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. This practice allows us to balance the thought vibrations. It also balances metabolism. It helps us move towards silence. And if you'd like to connect with the Khechari Mudra, curling your tongue up to the roof of the mouth, and or if you'd like to roll your eyes up to the forehead, you're absolutely welcome to. Inhaling so, exhaling hum. A couple more minutes here. I often find the first part of meditation, I find my mind to be pretty busy. So often I'm really looking to the breath and the mantra So Hum to steady and stabilize. But it's absolutely appropriate and kind of normative, I would say, for this time to feel a little wavy, especially if you're meditating from a place of mental busyness. The mind really is just energy. It's looking for a way to sort of expel energy so it bounces around a bit. So be so patient and kind and just notice where the thoughts want to go. And gently bring your attention back to the breath. Inhaling So, exhaling Hum. Some people liken these deep breaths to kind of oil, pouring oil from a pitcher. The breath is smooth, continuous, graceful. Inhaling So, exhaling Hum. Just taking a couple of breaths here. If you want to pause the video and stay here, you are absolutely welcome to. If you want to continue along, absolutely fine. Moving into the second part of our meditation practice, this is called Breath of Light or Prakasha. This is a pranayama, a breath practice that is both activating and energizing and also deeply releasing. Very powerful breath practice. We begin by exhaling, emptying the lungs of air fully. And then we inhale in 7 parts through the nose, 1 part per second. So it looks like this. If you want to look, you're welcome to. We're going to inhale in 7 parts through the nose. Holding the breath in at the top of the breath. And then exhaling in 1 long exhale through the nose. So notice we're inhaling 7 very small sips of air through the nose. We do not exhale between. So together, 7 parts. Inhale through the nose. Hold the breath in at the top of the inhale for as long as is accessible for you. No need to strain. And when you're ready, exhaling in 1 long exhale through the nose. And repeating a few more times at your own pace, inhaling in 7 parts through the nose. If that feels like a lot, you're welcome to start with 5. So inhaling in 5 or 7 parts through the nose. Holding the breath at the top of the inhale. Eyes can be rolled up towards the third eye. Tongue can be in Khechari Mudra. We're really pulling the energy up. In this breath practice, spine is nice and straight. Heart is nice and soft. And exhaling in 1 long breath, continuing at your own pace. And as you begin your next inhale, imagining that you're pulling energy up the spine with each part of the inhale, pulling energy up the spine. At the top of the breath, imagining a golden ball of light at the third eye, right in front of the forehead. And then as you exhale, exhaling that light, that radiance into the energetic field around the physical body. So inhaling, lifting the energy gradually up the spine, imagining a golden ball of light at the top of the inhale, and exhaling that radiant light into the field around the body, around the physical body, almost feeling the physical body expand into the space around it. Letting yourself explore and experience the sensations surrounding this breath practice. Again, this is called prakasha, or breath of light. It increases vitality and energy. It releases tension, stress, and frustration. This pranayama practice also increases oxygen intake to the lungs. It strengthens the lungs. So important for us. And it activates, cleanses the aura, the energetic field around the body. Very powerful breath practice. Continuing for a couple more minutes, inhaling in 5 or 7 parts through the nose, bringing the energy up the spine gradually with the inhale. At the top of the inhale, holding the breath for as long as feels comfortable for you, imagining a golden ball of light. And then with the exhale, sending that light into the energetic space around the body, feeling the body expand, feeling the energy penetrate the field. Really working with the third eye here, the Agya chakra, the center of wisdom, intuition. Completing one more full round. If you'd like to pause the video here and give this practice a little more time, you're welcome to do so. And moving into the third part of our meditation practice together. Here we invite a mantra silently into our meditation. The breath continues in a natural pace, and I'm going to suggest the mantra Aham Prakasha. Aham, A-H-A-M, Prakasha. I'll write that on the screen if you need to look at that. I am light. Aham Prakasha. So just gently repeating the mantra, Aham Prakasha, silently, Eyes are closed. You can continue with Khechari Mudra, tongue rolled up and eyes rolled up, or you can relax them at this time, allowing the breath to breathe you. And just silently repeating Aham Prakasha, I am light. Mantra literally means heart expansion. When we focus on mantras, we focus on the heart energy. We are expanding the electromagnetic field around the heart. Mantras also serve to balance and calm the thought vibrations. They help to release focus, to release tension that comes from concentration. Again, mantras help us move towards silence. Like the breath, they give us something to return to when the mind travels or the body gets activated. We simply come back. The mantras we work with are Sanskrit. They're in the Sanskrit language, which is a sacred language, not used for conversation. Sanskrit words are used in the sacred texts and in mantras only. Sanskrit is so powerful in that it's onomatopoeic. All of the words, the sounds of the words contain the meaning of the words. So we're activating the meaning as we repeat the mantras. Aham Prakasha. In this practice, we're tuning in to the mind, to the heart, to the energetic experience. Within the body, around the body. Aham Prakasha. I am light. Just noticing how each of these parts of our meditation practice settles for you. You may spend the same time with each part. You don't need to include every part in your meditation practice. just happens to be a really nice, holistic way to tap into the mind, the heart, the body, the energy. Really connecting with and allowing for whatever the experience holds. And if you'd like to pause the video here and continue with the mantra, you're welcome to do so. We are going to close our meditation practice with intention setting and bows. So bringing the palms up to the heart, Namaskar Mudra, placing the thumbs right into the sternum. Oh, nice deep breaths. And I invite you to connect with an intention that comes from deep within your heart. An intention that you want to carry forward into the day ahead, or into the evening, into your dreams if you're meditating at night. An intention that you really want to take with you into the upcoming day or days. Something that feels very grounded. Something that you really want to practice, perhaps a way of being with yourself, perhaps a way of being with others, perhaps a question that you're holding in your heart. So connecting deeply with that intention, we're going to inhale through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good to you, inhaling that intention into the heart. Holding the breath at the top of the inhale, bending the body forward so the forehead comes to the ground. Holding the breath in, inhaling the body up, and exhaling. Hands remain at the heart. So as we bow, we hold the breath in as we bow forward and lift the body. We don't move while we're breathing. So once again, we're going to do this twice more. Inhaling the intention into our heart. Inhaling. Holding the breath at the top of the inhale. Bending the body forward, placing the forehead on the earth, grounding the energy. Lifting the body back up, straight spine, and exhaling. Very powerful practice, not just to connect with the intention, but also to ground the energy after we've done a lot of pulling the energy up. Last time, inhaling, connecting with that intention, holding the breath in, bowing the body forward, forehead to the earth, connecting all the way with the center of the earth. Inhaling the body up, nice straight spine, and nice deep exhale. Beautiful. Taking all the time you need to re-enter the space around you. You're welcome to notice any sounds. Gently opening your eyes as it feels ready for you. You can kind of wiggle your neck back and forth, kind of loosen up. So thank you so much for joining me in this meditation practice today. I'm going to do a quick review for us. We start just by getting the body into a nice, comfortable position. You can do a little stretching, nice deep breathing. And then we begin with Hum So Sadhana, where we inhale so and we exhale hum. Inhale so, exhale hum. I am that I am. And then we move into Prakasha, breath of light, where we're inhaling through the nose, 5 to 7 parts. Inhale. Holding the breath at the top of the inhale, imagining a golden ball of light at the third eye. And then exhaling that energy, allowing it to penetrate the field around the body, feeling the body expand. And then the third thing we did today was Aham Prakasha, a mantra. Aham Prakasha. I'm going to suggest 3 possible mantras that you are welcome to work with over time. I thought I would start us with one today just to simplify things. But so the first one is Aham Prakasha, as we talked about. I am light. The second one is Aham Prema. Aham Prema, I am love. And the third is Aham Brahmasmi. I'm writing these at the bottom of your screen. Aham Brahmasmi, I am totality. And often people find that one mantra just really speaks to them. So I encourage you again to explore and experiment with what feels good to you. And then we ended the meditation in Namaskar Mudra. We connected with a very deep intention that we felt we could ground and carry forward into the next day or week or evening. And then we inhaled, holding the breath at the top of the inhale, bowing forehead to the earth, holding the breath in, lifting the body, and exhaling. We bow 3 times to ground the energy, at least 3 times. So again, I thank you for joining today. And next video, we're going to look at 3 practices that help stabilize the nervous system. So when we're feeling really agitated or anxious or overstimulated, 3 really powerful practices that can help us stabilize. So namaste and thank you. And until next time, take good care.